Hi guys! Before I get into the contents of today's video, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment with any critiques, questions, or suggestions. Today's video is going to be another on-topic art video. If that name doesn't ring a bell, it's because I used to call this series Oh Boy Let's Talk, but I decided to change the name. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, they are up here. How this series works is it is a collection of the thoughts and processes behind art pieces that I have been inspired to make on particular topics. Today's topic is peace. With all this said, let's jump right in. Before anything, I just want to apologize for my voice. I've been working a lot and I work with kids, so I've been doing a lot of yelling and my voice is just not 100% right now. I started by sketching out the image that I had in mind for this piece. I already had a concept sketch that I had done in my sketchbook, so I had a good idea of what I wanted. The goal of this piece is to convey the message of God's peace and security, that we can trust God to catch us and put us back on the right path if we stray away. This concept is actually something I've had in my mind for a long time. I remember in early high school I sketched something similar to this, but that conveyed the opposite message. I have always had this anxiety about doing right and wrong. I've always had this thought in the back of my head that one misstep and God is going to be mad or disappointed in me. To convey this anxiety, I drew a girl walking on a tiny path surrounded by a dark void. One wrong move and she would fall into the void. Over these last couple months, though, God has been really showing me that I don't need to have that fear, that He didn't die for me just to hawk over me, waiting for me to do something wrong so He could beat me over the head about it. So I wanted to use this piece to change my original concept from high school to show that. I still wanted a small path, so I went with this waterfall path with these stepping stones. If she doesn't stay on the stone, she'll still fall off, but there's a lot more beauty in this path than the dirt path I had sketched in high school. I also like the imagery of stones because the Bible uses the imagery of rocks a lot and talks about how God is our rock and firm foundation to build our life on. I wanted the girl walking to seem confident and at peace, so at first I put her in this very casual everyday outfit, but it seemed kind of boring to me, to be honest, and it just didn't really fit the vibe I was going for, so I ended up changing it to a flowy dress. I feel like this helps add some more movement to the piece and just overall fits the vibe I was going for a bit better. A lot of choices that I made for this piece required a lot of new skills for me, but I didn't want that to stop me from trying to create the image that I had in my head. I don't really render water a lot, so I wasn't really sure how to go about making the waterfall path. I looked up a reference and I just tried to follow the details I saw in the reference. It's definitely a skill that I need to work on. I feel like something is missing, but the highlights definitely helped bring it together. The hands also gave me a really hard time. I'm not great at drawing hands, and I had a hard time finding the best placement for them. I didn't mind them when they were sketches, but once I added line art, I really didn't like them anymore. I tried several times to get it to work, but it was getting really frustrating and just not looking how I wanted it to look, so I decided to take a break and went into the shading, which was something I felt way more comfortable with. I decided to go with a purple dress for her because purple is a symbol of royalty, and I thought it would be a cool allusion to the fact that we are children of God, the King. It also fit the color scheme really well. I wanted her to be holding a lamp as a symbol of Psalm 119:105, which says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." God's words and instructions give us light and clarity on how we should handle the situations that come up in life. As long as she stays close to the lamp, she'll know what the next step is. She can't see the whole path ahead, but she can see the next step. Once the shading was done, I revisited the hands. I had the idea that maybe instead of doing line art, I would make them glow and fade off at the edges. While I still had a lot of trouble with them, this worked way better. And I also think it helps portray that these are God's hands. It also adds in some more light sources, which I think helps add more interest to the piece, but it also draws the eye away from the character. I feel like the composition could be a little bit better, but I didn't want to compromise the message I was trying to convey, so I kept the hands and I did the best I could with them. I love the idea of the hands because instead of this fear of falling into the void, into judgment and punishment, we can have confidence that God will catch us and put us back on the right path, that He will never leave us nor forsake us, and that nothing can separate us from His love. This idea is still one that I struggle with. I still have anxiety about how God really feels about me and if He's mad or disappointed. I tend to worry about whether or not I'm on the right path. I forget where I heard it, but I saw something once that was along the lines of, what makes us think that we are powerful enough to mess up God's plans through our mistakes? I really like that because it reminds me that this life is bigger than me, and since I'm not the one in control of it, I can't mess it up. God has already calculated for my mistakes. With all that said, please know that if you are struggling with this kind of anxiety, you are not alone, and God is not mad at you for it. Cling to the verses that remind us of His love, compassion, and forgiveness for us. I did play with this piece more off camera, and the reason I didn't record it was because I really thought I was done. I was very indecisive this entire process, but in the end, I'm glad that if nothing else, I didn't give up on it. Here are the final results. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, I have no idea what the next video is going to be or when it is going to come out, but whatever it is and whenever it does, I hope to see you then. Bye!